Hi guys, welcome back.
Welcome back,
Sorry,
everybody.
it's been a bit of time between videos. I've just been
so
busy. I've got a couple of bits. I'm doing a few Halloween bits at the moment.
Yeah.
Now I'm doing something for someone that I've been asked to do a gift for. Someone wants it to give to someone as a gift when I go to golf weekend, because we've got golf coming up. Now, you know, little Christmas ones I've done, a little with the dish with the sweets in and the Christmas thing. Well, I'm going to do one for Halloween. I've already turned them out. Now, Lisa's going to put a link in for turning these, okay? This is the pumpkin sort of man. I'm going to do the same sort of dish. Now, the reason I'm showing it, they've got a tea light in them. They're drilled. I've got the video up to show how to do it. And when you turn the little tea light on, it flickers on his mouth, eyes and nose that light up, okay?
I'm going to put the link in the descriptions box.
I haven't done this on this video because of the time wise, and not only that, I've got a video up showing how to do these already.
Yeah.
And this one had to be done and then painted up, ready.
For this one.
So I'm going to put that over there for the moment. The reason I'm doing it and showing it is because I was asked by someone, Lisa will tell you at the moment. Gareth Evans. When I've done the last ones, because I've done with carbide, and I came out and showed how to come up and get the cut across the top to get the centre bit. He was asking about if you could do it with a bowl gouge, and I think it's more the hollowing he's on about with a bowl gouge. But if you can do it, well, yes, you can do it with a bowl gouge. Personally, spindle gouge and carbide you'll probably find a lot easier, but yes, you can do it with a bowl gouge. And I'm taking it that he might be fairly new to actually I'm going to take that centre, put a slightly bigger centre on this side. Stops wobble if it's bigger. He might be slightly new to it. I'm not sure how long he's been doing it. All you guys that are really experienced, you don't need to. You know how to do it anyway. But there's a few different things you've got to do if you're going to use a bowl gouge because of the wings. I'm using a bit of spalted beech. Okay, now the others I've done out of pine, but the pine's not big enough for that one, so I'm using this piece of, and this isn't overly spalted, and Lisa's going to paint it anyway, so it seems a bit of a shame, but yeah, it's going to be painted black. But that's what the person wants, so you know, this is for a gift for someone. So I thought, well, ideal situation. Well, I'm trying to explain how to do this just between centres, okay, rather than me trying to explain how to do this to someone, especially in an email. It's easier if I just show it. And I'm going to use a bowl gouge, and yes, you've guessed it, I'm going to use the Fine by Tools one. I'm going to use the 1/2 inch, okay, and that's still, you can see it, the dust on it, you can see all the marks.
Yeah.
It hasn't been sharpened yet. This is going to be the 5th bowl it's done since I've done the first sharpening, okay. This is going to be the 5th bowl sort of turning, this sort of, not massive bowls, but this sort of size. I wouldn't do massive bowls because it's only a 1/2 inch gouge anyway. So there, I'm going to be doing, well, 1/2 inch flute. It's a 3/8 bowl gouge actually, a bit small for me. I don't normally use 3/8 as much, apart from on smaller pieces. So there you go. Right, that's got that out of the way. I'm going to put my hat on because it is a little bit chilly today.
It's cold today.
Lisa's got a couple of thank yous she's going to do while I'm getting myself all tarted up, put a bit of makeup on for the camera and all that sort of stuff. You know,
your blush.
You know what we do.
Right, just like to say thank you to Karen and Tony for the 2 coffees, and someone called someone.
Called someone, yeah.
Yeah, they've done it before. I can't remember the name. I think it was Stephen, but I can't remember. So forgive me, but if you could just let us know, drop us a quick comment in the comments, and just let us know what your actual name was, because it just says someone bought coffees. So for the 3 coffees, thank you very much.
Right.
Very much appreciated.
And now we'll start with the turning on. That's probably upset a few people. They would just want you to get on with it. Well, if you haven't got time to sit and watch us, then go and enjoy your day. Okay, and anyone that wants to watch can, because I'm just having a bit of fun. Right, I'm going to start turning.
Yeah.
That's it. Get my face shield on. I'm using the Axminster one while I'm on. Yeah, and it's just the Axminster one. Okay, I'm using this. A lot of people ask me what one I'm wearing. I'm using this at the moment because it's just on the videos. I will be doing an update on the Rutland's one as I go. I normally wear that every single day when I'm doing other turnings. Okay, and I'll talk about that stuff at that time. Right, get this one on. Get all comfy. Right, okay, I'm going to turn that on. Now I have been turning something else. I've got my lathe speed turned down. It's only at 9.8, it's way too slow. I'm going to turn it up. Go up to a couple of thousand RPM. That'll do me for the moment. Right, same again, I'll come in, I always close it. If you're going to do it with the bowl gouge, close it, roll it, get on the bevel and come round. Now the other ones I've done a little shape. This one I'm just going to do as a bowl, okay? I'm not going to worry about the what's its shape, they don't need that. I'm not taking a cut across the front because I don't want to lose a diameter. I want to keep as much diameter as I can. Yep, that's nice there. Yeah, that little bounce, that's because it's got a slight flap just there. Just come round here just to get rid of that. That's it, right, so I know that's pretty much what my diameter is. Let me just see. Yeah, okay. Right. There we go, nice clean cut. Now we've got to sort out a foot. Now obviously with a bowl gouge, it's just a slightly different angle because you've got the wing. So if you're cutting in, you can keep your handle down and slice it, so we're not pushing in here with it this angle scraping. We're getting that so it's hard to say. At least it goes around that way a bit. See, if I've got my handle up and I come in, I'm cutting on centre, I'm cutting there, that's going to scrape on that. I'm not even going to demonstrate it because I'm really wanting to see how long I can hold an edge on this tool. So if we drop the handle, when that comes in with the flute closed, there's no catching, but what I can do is I can slice the wood. See, I get this slicing, and it will slice it. And we're going to keep going until we get to the diameter I want. And again, if you pull back your scrape, you've got it on and you drop your handle, the wood comes down that way. Look, you get these real fine shavings, okay? It's just the angle that the cutting edge is presented to the wood. That's the main thing. Right, we're going to go down a little bit more. So you can get a really smooth and controlled cut. Now I want to actually go in now because I want to bring that now with a spindle gouge it's easy to just cut that in. With a bowl gouge it's a little bit more difficult, so getting your dovetail, but if you look at the shadow there, bring that up, that gives me a clean there. I will be cleaning it up later anyway. And then there's my bevel on, see, you've got to be careful with a bowl gouge, it's a bit different to a spindle gouge. See how it wants to grab? It always wants to take a bit more wood. Bowl gouges are a bit more greedy. Because I'm trying to take a really fine cut here. So see this angle there, that gives me that. And then if I come round on here, I can come more round. Bring that off so I don't lose no more diameter. Well, I've got a little bit there, just where the transition was, so drop this down. Come round that. Spindle gouge is far superior for this, but we can do it with a bowl gouge. Now like I said, the push cut isn't a finish cut, and if I do a push cut with a bevel on, I'm going to bounce when I get to this point. And that won't be a finish. That can give you a finish cut. Right, okay. Clean that. There we go. That'd be all right to put in the truck. So I've got to finish that bottom afterwards once I turn it round. Okay, that's nice. Right, I'm going to do a little sand on that. I'll just show you the finish. You'll get off your bowl gouge. Okay, there's the finish. So we've got a couple of very slight bits there. That's the finger being a bowl gouge. But that's so far, that's not feelable. So that's going to sound easy. But there we go. So we can get a nice finish on it. If you're using a bowl gouge. Okay, now I'm going to do a very quick sand. Sorry, I need my sander. My piece on. There we go, 180. Is that 180 right? There's my 180 grit. I did, look at that. Right, so a 180 grit. Bit of dust extraction. Like I said, not worrying about it here because I've got to take that bottom off afterwards. No, Mike, they're not marks, they're not lines, that's the spalting. The 180. I'm not putting no finish on this because this is going to paint it. Bless you.
That's not nice when you're sneezing the mask.
Did you sneeze in your mask? That's not good when you sneeze in your mask, is it? No. It's horrible when it comes and you can't get your mask off quick enough. Right, up to 240 should be fine. There's a 240. If I need to go up to 320, I can do it after. Because I think it's more the hollowing bit that I was on about. Yeah. So, right, there we go. Look at that beautiful finish on that. That's a nice finish. Okay, perfect for painting.
Yep.
Got a nice little tenon there, and it's going into the jaws here, the Rutland jaws. These are. Now I noticed they did put these back on. They've got them on. They had them on there one day southing again, but they've done them at 175 this time, not 150. So there you go. No news on the carriers at all yet. So
No.
whether they're going to do them or not, who knows? Right, there we go. We are held. Now, for the hollowing bit, which I think was the main bit that I was talking about. That's yours. That's it. Actually, I'll put that around slightly more level because I'm going to be going in. Right, so we'll start. So now I'm going to have to take some measurements and do some measurements in a second. I'm just going to, well, I say clean up. I haven't really got a lot to clean up on that, so I might actually get the measurements done straight away. Because what I've got to do, if you look at the bottom, try not to get this all dusty now. That the light goes up a bit further, so what I'm going to do, I've only got a little lip because there's little feet there. This has got to sit flat, but it's got to sit slightly in. So I'm going to do a little, like a little tenon to go in there. So that's what I'm going to measure first. Okay, so that's not far out. Come in a bit. A little bit bigger at first, and I can try it. Okay, that's going to do me tenon. So we'll get that marked up, because then I can get. I want the tool rest up. Put your tool rest up if you're going to do this stuff with this, because you don't want to be like, don't want to be angling up at all. Right, come in until you get the two marks and match up. There you go. Okay, don't touch with that side, just that side. Right, so that's going to be the tenon, the little bit that's going to go in. So I'll have to take that down, take this outside down a little bit after. But what I'm going to do is get the outside diameter now of this. I've got to go slightly over. Because obviously this is already turned, so I'm not going to put this on and turn up onto it or anything like that. So I've got to get it right. Come in a bit. There we go. That matches up. So that's where I'm going to hollow to. Then I'm going to take that edge down a little bit and leave that to sit in. And I'll clean them all up on the top once I get them cut a little bit. No point in me wasting time cutting things and doing it if I don't have to at this moment. Right. Down. I like to be basically on centre, or just slightly, very slightly below, so but mainly on centre with your bolt. If you go dead on centre, you won't really get into any trouble. Okay, it's alright when you know what you're doing. You're more proficient to be able to have your tools down and coming down and doing all that. But when you're starting out, start with it on centre. The new turners, you don't want to be getting no patches, do you? Right, okay. Let's start getting this followed. Right, now, this is where you'll see that grabbing, like that, grab. That's what you got to watch. Is I'm glad that's happened, because you don't want that wing to catch. Now, as you'll come down, but when you're leaving it, there's that danger that wing's going to catch, and that wing will grab and go in. That's where your catches are. You don't want that. Okay. So I'm going to show how we're going to cope with coming up and leaving that centre in, but getting a finish on it. We don't want to be going down this way, because we've got the same when we hit the bottom. Right, so let's start this, come in, because our way is we'll come down here, and as we come down, to come around, I'm showing you here before we get too deep so you can see it, we open our flute, so we come across. Now, we can't hit that middle with that flute fully open like this, because it's going to grab. I need to get it a bit deeper. So we have to close it over, drop the handle, and then come off the top. And if you do that, it's that closing it here and coming up that top. So we're using the bevel still, right? We've got the bevel control, this bevel here, look, that's the bevel on, and we've got to do it with the handle right down, because if you do it here and you put that bevel on, as soon as you bring the cut in, bang, it will grab. Okay, it's all about the different movements for the different position what you get to. And one of the biggest things with getting catches is coming off that bevel and losing that bevel and getting that where that can hit and dig it in. Okay, a spindle gouge or a carbide is very easy to do this. It's not as easy as you think when you're doing it with a bowl gouge. Okay. So as we come down, obviously I'm going down for a depth, so I'm going down, sorry Lise, I'm going down here, so I want to be cutting with this wing. As I come around the bottom, I need to open my flute here, because this now, I'm going to make these cuts and show it in bits if I can, so you can understand what's happening. As I come down here, the grain's going across here, so I'm cutting and it's coming down. You see where the cut is? Coming down there, and it's fine. Now, as I come round here, if I come here and I'm like this wing here is going to start pushing into end grain. And it looks good, but I'm actually pushing into the end grain. I want to cut it. I don't want that to be that wood. I don't want it coming down on the edge like that. I want it coming down on the edge there. That way it won't blunt the tool. And that's why this tool stands so sharp. So I open the flute and I come across.
Now, if I was just doing a normal bowl, I could just keep that open. Okay, I could open it fully and come right across. But because I'm doing this tower coming up, I can't do that. So I've got to close it again, but I don't want to scrape, so I want to drop my handle, keeping my bevel in contact, and I want to come across and come up this. That way I'll get a lovely finish as I come up. Okay, so close it and drop my handle and work on the top of the wood with the bevel in control. If you try and do that down here, as soon as you go over, that's going to grab and go right in. You can't do it with it on there, you've got to come up and be above. Alright, I've got to get this a bit deeper. And the other thing you've got to remember is every time you take a cut, the wood's changing, your shape's changing. So the angle of your chisel, if you just hold your chisel on your body, here and here, and you do this, and you do every cut like this, every time you make a cut, you're changing the shape because you're moving. Every cut changes the diameter, it changes the shape of it. Everything's changing. So you want to be a bit of easy movement to get around that, okay? And when you're starting out, a lot of people say, like, look over here to see your shape, or look at the profile. That's all right when you know what you're doing with this. When you're new, watch this all the time. Don't worry about your shapes when you're learning, okay? Watch your tool, because that shows you, there's my bevel. Now, if I watch it, and I say, right, I've got to keep that in control all the way around. Now, as I come to here, that's when that starts to hit with the heel and the toe. Because that's got that, it can't go around the bend, okay? So when I get to that bit, adjust it, I'm moving it. Right, now it's staying in contact with that bend. So now it comes around, now I'm coming across the bottom. It's flat. I can keep the bevel, the flute open, and the bevel still in contact. And the wood is coming onto this edge, slicing. I'm not, if I keep it closed and I push, right, I'm scraping on it. And that's just going to blunt your tool too quick. But if you've got that open and you come across and you're going to leave something in the middle, then you can't, you've got to close it, because what will happen is that will catch on that, flute up like that, wing up, that'll catch on that, and that'll be an almighty catch. Right, let me get this hollow. Right, I should have enough there. Right, now I'm going to come across here, take that down a bit. Very hard to get in here with, get that crisp edge with a bowl gouge in there, but we've got most of it. Now I've got to take this off. Clean that up last, because I don't need it. Now I've got to go slightly deeper with that. There we go, we'll see how that fits on that. Right, and as you see, the finish that we get as we come around and we come up, we get a beautiful finish, see, because you can't get in there really with your scraper and stuff like that. It's going to be a bit awkward, so we want to have a nice finish, and that's how we get a nice finish. It's only a small tenon, right, slightly big the tenon. I thought it might be, but that's alright, I planned for that. So I've got to come in a little bit more. Move, come on, move. It's got bits of dust and stuff under it. Right, so a little bit more. Keeping this here nice and flat as well, like so. So it's a bit long-winded, guys, but you know. Right, okay. We're nearly there. So actually, that is there. No, that is there. That's all right. Yeah, that's going to be on that, and that's all right there. That's going to glue onto that, so that's going to be okay. Yep, that's fine. That's fine. It won't be a tight pop-on fit because obviously I've only got that tiny little bit, and it's got the light inside that. So I can take that another little cut. It's just got the sign of the life centre there, but that can go inwards. That's all right. That. Yeah, nice. Now I've got to clean this edge up because I haven't done that yet. I didn't clean the edge because there's no point me taking anything off the edge until I finish the hollowing. There we go. We're going to soften that like that. There we go. Right. Now I've got a slight. I can just feel a very slight bump there. I'm going to take another little cut. I think I might get this a little bit thinner here. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. So let me start the cut. Open it. Come down a bit. Didn't want that vibration there. Well, I did want that vibration. That won't leave it very nice if I get vibration. That's better. Yeah, that gives a nice finish. Oh, a little bit of chatter just come in there. Don't know why that's getting that little bit of chatter there. Probably saying you should have left it alone. There we are. And I don't want to reduce this diameter anymore. No. So that's that. So there we go. That's got a nice finish actually. Now I'm going to have to hand sand this one.
I was going to say you won't go to use it, didn't you?
Sorry?
I was going to say you won't go to use your the drill one.
No, I can't get the drill in there. So I hope that helped. So I forgot your name. Gareth. Yeah. Right. Hope that helped Gareth with how to go about doing that with a bowl gouge and not getting any catches. Not getting any catches and getting a nice finish on it. Obviously you might have to do this this bit here a bit smaller, you might have to do it a bit bigger, depending on what you're turning. This is just from what I was turning. Very awkward when you've got spalting because it looks like you've got marks and they're not. Right. What? I can't hear you. Right. What are you saying?
Right, okay, I might have to just cut you off for just 1 second, guys.
Okay guys, sorry about it. At least we had to stop for a minute because there was some stuff going on outside and there was a bit of noise going on.
Yeah.
And we didn't know whether it'd come up on the camera, so you ain't missed nothing. Right, so as I said, hope that showed on how to do that with the, yeah, look, nice spalting in that.
Lovely.
How to get that finish coming up there with the bowl gouge, so we don't get no tear out and we can get that transition okay.
Yep.
Right, I've got to turn this round and do the bottom. So I'm going to pop this off. And like I say, this isn't being finished with waxes or that. This is actually going to be, yeah, that's going to be all right. Now, let me just check in for size.
Little man, little pumpkin man.
That little pumpkin man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
Probably took one too many cuts on that, but that's all right. That's going to be glued on like that. You'll have the sweets around that and the cellophane coming up, and that'll be all right.
Yeah.
Okay. And he'll be glued on. And once Lisa's painted this, I'll bring it back and show you. Now, that's basically the bit done with the bowl gouge. So if you're not worried about seeing how to take the bottom off, then you can just skip. But obviously, I've got to take do the foot on the bottom. Now, as I said before, I wouldn't say do it all with one tool. You know, it's the fact of why you have so many different tools and stuff. I don't need that choppy. Yeah, I wouldn't say do it all with one tool. I'll do it with a variety of tools. There you go, it's going to fit. Being using carbide. Seems to be pushing off a little bit on that one. For some reason. That's it, that's got you. Nope. No, it's pushed it up on the other side. See, but I don't like cold jaws, I really don't. It's just the way they're pushing it out slightly. There we go. We've got it. I could probably do with changing it over to a different thing, but that's got it. And I've just turned off on my face mask, so I've just got to put another battery on. Sorry guys. I've got one on charge. Battery time. There you go.
That shows how long you've been turning for.
Yeah. Right, okay, so that's it, that's got it. Now, we've got to turn my speed down a bit. Bring this in. Now I'm just going to clean this bottom up. Start up. Right, okay. Again, I'm on centre, but I'm dropping my handle down so I can slice in. Nice and delicate, that way you won't push nothing off. Got a very slight in there. There we go. I just want to clean up around this little bit here. Now you can roll it with the bowl gouge and do little like little bead finish there. Actually, I might stick with the bowl gouge, I'll see. This one's a bit more awkward because getting the bowl gouge in, I actually done it quite well actually. There, I need to come in this way a little bit. Bowl gouge hasn't got quite the right shape for it, see? There we go. Just want to do that little foot. I've got a very tiny bit to take off there. So, come in again, pick that cut up. No, we've got a little. Bowl gouge is not really the tool I would use to do this, but you did say, could we do it all with a bowl? Could we do it with a bowl gouge? Well, yes, we can. There are a little bit of sandy. That's it. And that still hasn't been sharpened. And that's still sharp. I'd attempt another bowl with that quite happily. But do they hold an edge? Yes, they do. They really do hold an edge. Right, just get that quick. Yeah, see, I've got a slight mark there where I started it. No, I can't do that. I'm going to have to cut that out.
I'll take it out.
Going to have to cut it out. This is the challenge with the bowl gouge, still doing it.
You got it.
There, it's gone. It's gone. Now I can get right in on this bottom bit here now. Well, I hadn't done that finish before. Bit of dust there. There we go, and that's all ready for Lisa to paint up now. And there's our bottom. Bit dusty. Okay, and we managed to roll it as a little bead with the bowl gouge. Like I said, it's not what I would recommend. I would recommend you use different tools. I'd use a spindle gouge on that bottom bit. But we did get that all finished. It's looks like it's a bit dirty looking, really, doesn't it? It's the spalting, so that's why I wasn't worried about that. If I put an oil on it, it would come up really nice.
Yeah, well, we're going to paint it, so.
Yeah, it sits nice. Lisa's going to paint that.
Yeah.
Lisa's going to paint that, and then we're going to put the thing on, and it's all going to go nice. So what I'm going to do is give that to Lisa, and I'll bring you back when it's all painted. Right, guys. Brought you back. Lisa's painted it up. There you go. I've just put a few sweets in here. These are just eyeballs. Just a novelty thing. I'm going to be putting some sweets in there because obviously this isn't a gift from me to someone. This is someone's asked me if I could do one of these so they could give it as a gift to someone. And the eyeballs are these. Look. Check one out. Squidgy eyeball sweets. Yeah. I'll tell you what. They're lovely. Yeah. They are lovely. Right, so there you go. Now, I did say earlier he's going to be glued on. He's not going to be glued. That was a cock up on my part because you've got to be able to lift him off to turn it on and off. So we're going to turn it on, pop him back on there. Lisa's going to turn the light out. And there you go, guys. You should be able to see him flickering away. And the link is in the video for when I made these, so I'm not going to do it again because I've already done it. And there you go. So that was it. That's all it is, guys. It's the little let me just do that. There we go. We'll give him a little spin round. Wasn't the greatest bit of spalted beach, so you know, painting it up, it's done orange and black, and that's it. That's all it is. It's just, it's going to have the cellophane put round it, given to someone, and they're going to give it to someone at Goth Weekend. I don't know who's getting it, but there you go. Anyway, thanks for joining me, guys. Quickly turn the light back on. There you go. And I'll just quickly turn that back off. Yeah, so if you want to see how to make these, it's in the link.
In the descriptions box.
That is it, and that's if you want to do it with a bowl gouge. Personally, I would never use a bowl gouge to do these things. I would always do that with a spindle gouge. I think it's a far better tool to do them, little bowls like this. But it's up to you what you want to do. So there you go. Done. See you on the next one, guys. Toodle pip.
Bye, guys.